No, the quiz you will be seeing is from the original user. To avoid copyright issue, I cut out the parts from the original video and added with a different effect. That way it will not cause any copyright issues. Basically, no, I just cut out from the original video, not the full part. I hope this will be helping for the YouTube community and enjoy the video. Enjoy. Tony Company. Basing on these guys created several and based on unique series such as Ultraman, Metal Heroes, and of course Super Sentai and Kamen Riders. Basing on these guys have shown many years of their talent and also their fun and entertaining shows, including true anime such as Dragon Ball, well they owned it before, and several, and basing on there are many characters out there beloved. And so today we're playing two most famous characters from Tony's Company series to clash to sell which is superior against a Super Sentai Ranger or a Kamen Rider. We're gonna be finding out today, people. Captain Marvelous, the leader and also captain of the Gokaiger, and also known as Gokai Red. And Taka-san, already known as Kamen Rider Decade, the destroyer of worlds. They fight before, but today we're finally going to settle who can actually win in a research fight. My name is Desto24, and my job to analyze these two combatants to see who will win in a deadly duo. The Great Empire of Zenki. This empire and army is based on the most powerful space tyranny of all time. They conquered worlds and also surprisingly destroyed them to gain expanding their empire. And when they targeted Earth, they started to make their one biggest mistake. And you see, it was guarded by the legendary team of Super Sentais. Well, not just one, but over 34 teams. And each team show and represent each one justice, love, and friendship. And this is not related to My Little Pony, okay? Jeez. But anyways, this is considered the Great Legend War. And based on every 34 Super Sentai teams gathered to face off with the Zenki Empire. With their might together, they managed to defeat the Zenki Empire, well, kinda, and based on save the planet. However, the result of this, it actually cost their own powers, and lose them in the eventual fight when they turn into a literal spirit bomb of destruction of passion. However, the mysterious ranger known as Gokai Red, and yes, that's his real name, noticed that every single ranger team lost their power. At the guardian of the Super Sentai history, his job must contain the power of every ranger and return them back to their was. However, to require this, he must gain help. And that's where we led to our today's combatant, Captain Marvelous. Not much about his real name. Well, based on that, we're gonna go in Marvelous for now. Anyways, Marvelous was based on a lost kid, and his parents will, of course, been captured or probably executed by the Zenki Empire. Living as an orphan, he was wandered up in loneliness until he was years later, we were met by Gokai Red. You see, Gokai Red could need help, so he recruited Maris as a teenager to help bring back every single power that were lost in the galaxies, and coin with another member, Bosco. The three of them, along with a robotic bird, or parrot for some reason, they managed to capture every single power of the Super Sentai and finally completed their mission. Until Bosco later on betrays the both of them to earn a cash reward, because, let's face it, who doesn't hate money once in a while? Seeing the fate of his comrade, Gokai Red decided to sacrifice himself before saying to his proud people to Maris, go to Earth and basically now find the legendary powers within the planet before his undying death. Maris knew what he had to do. He must continue the legacy of Gokai Red and his mission to carry on the legacy of the Super Sentai team. However, to achieve this, he must gather his own team with recruits of Joe, Luca, Doc, and Amiya, and also another Sentai Ranger named Guy. They became the team known as Gokaiger, the Space Pirates. During his mid-30s, Marvelous as a captain is pretty much the most Hispanic characters known to date, and personally, he is still underrated. No offense to those who were actually overrated for some reason. Anyways, as a leader of Gokaiger, a pirate and also most wanted and former helper of Gokai Red, he learned all abilities and also skills from his mentor Gokai Red, and thankfully for enough. To start off with his arsenal, it's gotta be a long hand there. He has a transport cell phone, where at best is also known as the Gokai Changer. With it, he can shift it to his own base form, turning him into based on a ranger. And while morphing, Gokaiger and their ability gain protection barrier to shield them from any attacks. And plus, instead to be in the barrier, it can also knock away enemies if they were too close during the morphing process. And with the morphing, he have ability with a Gokai buckle. And where he wore it, and remember of course, is used to summon or swap other ranger keys during a battle or without a battle, of course. If you really think, it's simply easy. All you have to do is to think about which ranger you should choose, and based on it will be teleported to the Gokai treasure box. It's kinda like imagination, but there's something actually for real. And there's gonna be a lot of ranger keys. However, we only recover the other for based on 10 only. With a ranger, his suit is based on bombproof, diamond-proof, and bulletproof, of course. With my ace, he gains the ability of super speed, enhanced hearing, and X-ray vision. If he transfers to Battle Japan, he have the skill in karate, judo, kung fu, and fighting with a, surprisingly, they invented before Power Ranger with my morphin, kung fu dancing, and with Dice Red, he is skilled to athletics and box karate, including metal gloves for some reason. With Vault Eagle, he is skilled in kudo and piloting, and also the skill of swordsman, of course. And Google Red, and wow, this gotta be a lot, is skilled in mountain climbing, exploring, and gymnastics. And also with Diamond Red, is skilled in kondo, judo, motorcycling, boxing, and karate. It is able to create large explosions by posing for some reason. In Red 1, he possessed the weapon of Biosword and Super Electric Rod. In Change Dragon, he is an expert of sharpshooter, swordsman, and also air defense. Based on officer and pitcher, surprisingly. Red Flash is based enough possess a weapon of the plasma shooter and plasma holy sword. Red Mask gives him the ability of the God Hand and military garrison. It basically is pretty cool if you think about it. And plus, he had the Red Falcon. He possessed postal and sword play and likely for years in experience. And there's gonna be other dirty Ranger keys, and basically like that goes Kamen Riders and also male heroes and etc. There's a lot of Ranger keys out there once in a while. He also had discernment used for close range and sharp enough to easily cut through large rocks for some reason. And knowing that it also cut through metal used like a boomerang and can be loaded with a Ranger key to a final weight, which we're gonna be getting to later, and able to shapeshifts to match the blade of the Ranger he possesses. And of course, you have the pistol, which is used to dismantle combat, and range is unknown, but it has shown it can reach very far. And plus the noise is explode and can't able to knock away, hurt, or even damage monsters, including ones who have thick metal accessories. And he had the ground hook, well, of course, escape or even tie them up. And also he can able to use the ground hook by leaning onto or even grabbing objects before reaching them in. And also can be used as during battle, of course, and sometimes can be used as a trap or even blind enemies at best. And remember I mentioned about the sword and the Ranger keys and also the pistol? Well, with those, they can perform final wave. For example, the Gokai slash and blast, a combination of the blaster and the slash, combining the power of two, making it into a even stronger. With Gokai slash, it embraces a slash that he can able to use in ranged combat, attack of course. And Gokai blast is just a Ranger key and into his gun and fires a powered up shot towards the enemy. And thankfully, he is pretty much skilled in both marksman and swordsman, thanks to training with Gokai Red. Plus, he skilled in hand-to-hand combat and able to fight even older and more experienced combatants as well. With those arsenal of large amounts, of course, and also some playing skill to find a wave, Marvelous has achieved several feats. He was able to survive his whole crew being attacked and destroyed the Zanki. He managed to survive a point-blank blast meant to kill him. He had gone toe-to-toe much more experienced Rangers and also Kamen Riders and have beat them some occasions. Took it out the entire Suzuki team alone and was able to best them with ease. With his friends slash crew help, they managed to defeat the Emperor of the Zeki Empire. Plus he defeated and took it down his major rival slash former friend Bosco, who was able to defeat him and his team on multiple occasions without even changing into any Rangers. That is pretty impressive. However, like any person, Marvelous isn't perfect. He can enough damage or force can knock him back to his base form, but he is completely reckless and also rushed head first into every situation. Plus he had no idea to hold back, but Marvelous intends to sometimes get the better of him if he is not even careful, leading to some major injuries by a opponent, including Bosco himself. However, despite this, Marvelous, aka Gokai Red, with the help of his team, entered the Zeki Empire, and they can finally go home to the Zeki home planet. Until the movie of Gokaiger vs Gokaiger, and then later on a special. But hey, go to show this is one pirate that you should not steal their treasure with.
Gokai Red, Gokai Blue,
Gokai Yellow,
Gokai Green,
Gokai Pink,
海賊戦隊ゴーカイジャー派手に行くぜ。
Have you ever heard the expression, dreams can become true? Well, just mention that, but adding with a little case of Nightmare's Terror, but with Apocalypse. And basing up, the dream I'm talking about is also the Rider War, where every single rider, well, only Hashi riders, is against one tired destroyer of worlds, with the name of Decay. But before all this, he was named as Taka-san. Takasa is, well, how I put it? Oh yeah, a suckish computer a photographer that basically sucks at with a camera. Yeah, pretty much. He pretty much had bad time with it, but morally he does ignore it. But however, this one certain day, he didn't actually ignore. You see, he and his friend or cousin at best, Neki-san, noticed that the monsters are coming from nowhere and based on from a mysterious fog. And they were, well, based on, of course, killing people, whether for hunger or even separation or whatever they like to do. And however, and during this, they were split, both figuratively and literally. Tangsa were at the world of Kiva, where he met Watato, the Kamen Rider Kiva the Third, where Kiva explained that the day had come, that where the decay was born and the world is ending. You see, that Kiba explains that Kamen Rider Decade's job is to save the alternate worlds of Kamen Riders, and basically now, the order to do that is to bend the reality of the universe. But we will later find out in the finale, it turns out that Kiba is meant to say is to destroy them. But for the sake for this series, Tangsa accepted the deal and decided to set the mission to save not just only his world, but also alternate worlds of Kamen Riders. And when he possessed the belt, from Nagi-san finding the rubble, he became the destroyer of worlds, and also later on become the devil, known as Kamen Rider Decade. And as a past due Kamen Rider, he is very impressive. Over 25 years old, Takasa Kadoya is him known by main names: the past due Kamen Rider, Destroyer of All, Destroyer of Worlds, and the Devil, if you get the reference from Kamen Rider Zio. Anyways, as Destroyer of Worlds, or Kamen Rider, he possesses some abilities that beyond anyone. He possesses the reality alternation, which however he was unable to control it. He pursued caused all the alternate worlds to merge with one another, erasing those worlds and its people as a result. Do this not by his own will. For example, Kamen Kiva, Hibiki, and Blade alternate worlds. Plus, he is able to resurrect if anyone remembers him, and bring him back from the dead, seeing current fight. But surprisingly, he had peak human physicality and reflex. That as a former leader of the Daishaka, yes, that was the thing. It was presumed that Takasa was skilled at fighting even before the series was started. And knowing that, he had enchanted memory where he, after losing his possession of memories, he could easily fight against most of the alternate reality riders while holding back at the best. Plus, he is extremely high level intelligent when it comes to fighting or even knowing each of the characters. Plus, he was both of dimensionals and time travel at best. And knowing that, during his travels, he managed to gain abilities of the 9 worlds, the Goku language, where he referred to show the talent of understanding and speaking the Goku language. And fun fact, the Gokus only take blood inside the body, so yeah. He also learned the violin knowledge, just keep up with me, when he showed that he had the talent of playing the violin, so similar to the Wato and Wugo. Plus, he managed to learn the mirror world travel, where he entered and survived within the mirror world without even using an advanced deck. Normal human will basically die and try to return to the real world for a few seconds. He also learned the culinary knowledge that, just go with me with this, had benefited him from rank and also job as a chef, and the World Blade Tuxa given the title of Great Chef. And plus, he is Lord and Sea of occult knowledge when he gained knowledge of the unknown and the occult sea as well. He also managed to learn the clock up vision, where he able to see Ancient Riders when they are in clock up, which is supposed and impossible to sight by normal human eyesight, and due to moving at near light speed. And also learned the empathy empowerment, where he was given the ability to use the auto as shown in a pair of Okupakuo. And finally, we get to the other ability that Tokusatsu possesses, which is the Ride Watch Nullifier. It's shown that Tokusatsu or Decade had capable to nerfing the power of a Rider Watch. Shown in Kamen Rider Zero series, he was managed to nerfing the Ghost Rider Watch from in front of Gates, this rival to Zio. And of course, the Kamen Rider ain't perfect without their powers, well actually arsenal. He had the key touch, where he transferred to complete Decay, which create Decay and showed power to every final form Rider, and Decay Bazooka, that was actually a thing. Plus he had ride cards such as Kuga, Agado, Yuki, Fox, Blake, Dayo, Kiva, W.O., Blaze, etc. You get the point. Plus he had the final attack cards and perform final attacks from different riders. He had the final 4 cards which transform himself and other riders into different form of each incarnation. Plus he had the twin lens reflect camera, and he also had the Decay driver and also the new Decay driver. The Decay driver is used to transform the Hashi Warriors, but with the new Decay driver, he managed to transform not just only Hashi, but also new Hashi Warriors as well, and the right Booker transformed sword and gun modes as well. Wow, that's a lot I have to say, but in case, Tokusatsu / Decay have shown feats. He defeated 2 high level also during tennis, killed all of the riders, that includes Ultimate Kuga, defeated 14 in the ultimate time at the end, with a 1 slash in his complete form, survived a fall and also the impact from Dark Ultimate Kuga. Plus he managed to win and beat the champion of the Kamen Rider tournament in the Kamen Rider Decade All Riders vs the Daishaka. And even during the fight in Zio, he managed to defeat both Zio and Gates. First one with Zio, and then twice with Gates as well, making Tokusatsu one of the most OP characters. However, Decade also had flaws as well. He was killed by Kivada, failed to complete his own mission in the finale, and been destroyed and killed alongside with current Nugo. And I know that I didn't mention it in the flaws area, but sometimes his forms can't even be transferred back to his base form if he get hit hard enough to transform back. So basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. But even after that, with the help of allies, including Nathan-san and Yusuke, Kamen Rider Decade have finally completed his mission and basically now find rest once more and to live his happy life. Until the Kamen Rider Zero series or even ton of movies. But hey, even with that, Tokusatsu will always come back to the fight and proving to those who are monsters or riders why he's the destroyer of worlds.
あなたは全ての仮面ライダーを破壊するものです。想像は破壊からしか生まれませんからね。残念ですが。
だったら世界を救ってやる。俺が世界の破壊者だ。
Alright, battles have been done and analyzed. Before I reveal who's the winner, let's go see the results you guys voted, shall we? Let's go! Over 12 votes, and based now surprisingly another large amount, Captain Marvelous, aka Gokai Red, gets 83.3% of the voting, and Tokusatsu Kamen Rider Decade gets 16%. 60%? Sorry. 16.7% of the voting. Sorry, a little bit short right there. Although there's no comment for this one, see, well, if I don't know what these characters are, well, that's fine. But anyways, let's get to the winner. And the winner between Tony's company's best characters is Kamen Rider Decade. Yeah, pretty much I predicted what should have gonna happen. And basically now, I feel like that every Super Sentai fan is probably gonna rage at me. But the movie! Gokai Red defeated Kamen Rider Decade! Yeah, that doesn't actually count as a actual win for Gokai Red. But for the sake of it, let's get the reason why that Decade won the fight. Oh wait, let's start B. Now at best, the Sergeant Marza, if he transferred to Red Buster, managed to keep up with Karakado upbeat, which at best could be around 6-7, where, well, we can't run the speed of light at best. And basically now, but however at the end, I had to deal with Decay because, well, he had shown with speeds, even reaction speeds as well, it would carry Kato Manini. So, yeah. Sorry about that, but even that, the straight match I am also giving to is Kamen Rider Decade. What best that Marvelous have fun monsters in the world, but however, Decade with his reality movement control uncontrollably, he managed to preserve causing damages and also destruction of worlds, making a low multi-booster level, even though he was uncontrollable, but it shows that he able to do that. But I am giving the challenge advantage is to both of them, because both of them at best have able to trick and calculate it and basically enough trick and outsmart many of writers and capture writers and also Super Sentai teams. For example, Marvel has managed to trick several opponents and even fought against much more experienced combatants. So at the end, I could give both of them at best at although with time experience, well, I wish I could go to Gokai Red, but experience I am giving to is Kamen Rider Decade. And basically the reason why I'm saying that because, well, while Marvel is at best can able to have much more experience against experienced foes, but at best it's just low monsters. While Decade have fought larger and sometimes dangerous opponents than just monsters, and basically that's pretty much it. That's the reason why I give Decay experience, and durability I had to give it to Decay. And basically now, comparing these two, Marvel had much more survival instincts than Tokusatsu, but Tokusatsu have fought and killed and survived Ultimate Kuga, which he can be compared to Autoto, and he can able to haunt Overlord of Darkness, and Overlord of Darkness can able to create a concert. So yeah, so in the end, I really like the character Gokai Red, but if I were given one entire reason if I let him win, it would be in the movie. But without forward research, Kamen Rider Decade have easily stopped him in speed, strength, experience, and durability, and while both have much more intelligence, but at the end, it will take a whole decade to learn Martha a lesson. The winner is Kamen Rider Decade.